Well, now we've created a couple routes in Offshore Navigation VBA, but maybe we really want to use those routes in a chart plotter or another navigation software package. To do that, we need to export the route. So I click on the Export Route button on the Tools page, which brings up the Export Route form. At the top of the form is a drop-down list of the two routes we have created. Let's use the first one, the Beaufort, North Carolina to Cape May, New Jersey route. The program generates an output name based on the name of the route and adds WP to it because it's a waypoint route. You can change this name, just edit this box to anything you would want. The Export Route As drop-down list shows the three formats that the program will export to. The first two are CSV file and TXT file. These are both text files. The only real difference between the two files is the type that it's appended to the file name. For CSV it's .csv, and for text it's .txt. Some chart plotting programs are very specific about what type of file they will import, even though they're both text and both comma separated files. So that's the purpose of that choice. The other option is a GPX file. That's the simplest one to use because it's a standardized file and there are no options to export it. All I need to do then is click on the Export Route button at the bottom of the form, and we get the notification that the route has been exported to this file name. Notice it's going into the same folder where the ship log workbook is stored. Clicking OK, and we're done. So let's look at the other route, the Great Circle route from South Africa to New Zealand. Well, maybe we want this as a CSV file. If we do that, then we do have some options we need to specify. First of all, the items that will be included in the exported record. The default is the name of the waypoint and the latitude and longitude. Some programs may want a north and south or east and west designation along with that, and that can be added. Other one would be a number. Well, I know I didn't use a name. There's no name on a Great Circle route waypoint, so I think I better use a number. So I'm going to add that by clicking the right arrow. Now it's at the bottom of the list. I want to move at the top. I want the number to be the first item in each waypoint record as it is exported by the program. Now we go down and do the formatting. One option is to create a heading row. Some programs require it, some programs will use it, some programs can't have it, so it's always an option. If I click on that, you see here's the headers that the program will generate as the first record in the output file. They are the same text designations as was used to define the items in the export items section. Well, maybe the program that you're going to has a specific header designation it needs, so maybe number isn't good. So you can, having clicked on it, it goes into the edit item box, and now I just change that to number, NR. Save it, and now that's part of the heading and instead of number. Also, we need to specify the format of the latitude and longitude degrees. The default is the program standard. The default is decimal degrees, plus or minus, minus being south latitude and west longitude. You could also have a degree mark or a space separator, for this, but or you could do it without the plus and minuses. That would be probably most used with the north, south, east, west designations above. So we're going to use just about the decimal degrees. Everything's set up for export to a comma separated file, a CSV file. We click the export, and again we get the notification that the route has been exported. So if we close this form now and minimize the program form, moving that out of the way for the moment. Now, having opened Windows Explorer and interrogating the contents of the folder where we've saved our routes, I can see here's the Great Circle route saved as a comma-separated file, and here is the Beaufort to Cape May file saved as a GPX. If I double-click on that file, calls up the you can see the contents of the GPX file created for that route. If I also call up the Great Circle route that was exported as a comma-separated file, I can now see that the number of each waypoint is displayed. There were no names. I should have removed that from the record. But then here's the latitudes and longitudes for each of the waypoints on that Great Circle route. And that's how we can export a route using OffShoreNavigationVBA.